Hare Krishna. We continue reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is. We are on chapter 10, the opulence of the Absolute. We have been reading the purport to text 4 and 5 by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So we will continue reading with that. In this verse, how Krishna is saying the various qualities, they're all created by Him. Everything is created by Him. So we continue reading. Ahimsa, non-violence, means that one should not do anything which will put others into misery or confusion. So ahimsa is we should not do anything that will put others into misery or confusion. So our behavior should be so straightforward. Material activities that are promised by so many politicians, sociologists, philanthropists, etc., do not produce very good results because the politicians and philanthropists have no transcendental vision. They do not know what is actually beneficial for human society. Ahimsa means that people should be trained in such a way that the full utilization of the human body can be achieved. The human body is meant for spiritual realization. So any movement or any commissions which do not further that end commit violence on the human body. That which furthers the future spiritual happiness of the people in general is called non-violence. So Prabhupada is explaining to us what is ahimsa mean, what is non-violence. This human body that we have given to that has been given to us is for spiritual realization. And if we don't use it for that means, then we are called misers. So if we truly want to be non-violent, then we need to give this knowledge to others. We need to train ourselves and others in this spiritual science, science of self-realization. So that which furthers the future spiritual happiness of the people in general is called non-violence. Because anything material, what's going to happen is still going to lead us to suffering, is still going to lead us, keep us here in the material world. And in the material world, whether we go even to the highest planets of Brahmalok, there is still misery, there is still death, there is still old age. So the only way we can mitigate suffering is by spiritual knowledge. And so that's the reason that is called true non-violence. Because we can be truly free of suffering and truly be happy only in Krishna consciousness. Samatha, equanimity, refers to freedom from attachment and aversion. Samatha, equanimity. So we need to come to this point of equanimity. To be very much attached or to be very much detached is not the best. This material world should be accepted without attachment or aversion. Now, it's easier said than done. We have so many of our material attachments, and then we get averse to it. We want to enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Then we say, no, now I don't want it anymore. Bhog tyag, bhog tyag. This is what we are always doing in our mind. We get so enamored by something, and then we indulge in sense gratification, and then we say, okay, I don't want it anymore. But we need to be equipoised. That which is favorable for prosecuting Krishna consciousness should be accepted. That which is unfavorable should be rejected. So this is how we can be in a equanimity. That is called equanimity samatha. How? Accept anything that is favorable for prosecuting Krishna consciousness and reject anything that is unfavorable. A person in Krishna consciousness has nothing to reject and nothing to accept. save in terms of its usefulness in the prosecution of Krishna consciousness. So, this is the consciousness of a pure devotee. He has no personal agenda. He has no desire to rule over this material world or to engage in sense gratification. His only desire is, how can I be Krishna conscious? How can I please Krishna? So, to that effect, he either accepts something or rejects something. He accepts everything that is favorable for his service. He accepts everything that is favorable for his Krishna consciousness, and he rejects everything that is unfavorable. So we may not be able to understand this ourselves, what is favorable and what is not favorable. So we may need guidance of senior devotees. Okay, what is favorable for Krishna consciousness and what is not? So we may need guidance from senior devotees who we have confidence in. We have confidence in them, or the spiritual master, and we can take guidance from them. Tushti, satisfaction, means that one should not be eager to gather more and more material goods by unnecessary activity. One should be satisfied with whatever is obtained by the grace of the Supreme Lord. That is called satisfaction. So we should be satisfied. Whatever Krishna is giving us, we get satisfied. We endeavor. We have to, but not over endeavor. That is the difference. Not over endeavor. Endeavor is needed. Krishna says work has to be performed, but be satisfied with the result of that work. That is tushti, satisfaction. Tapas means austerity or penance. So there are many rules and regulations in Vedas which apply here, like rising early in the morning and taking a bath. Sometimes it is very troublesome to rise early in the morning, but whatever voluntarily trouble one may suffer in this way is called penance. So the Vedas in the scriptures, they have different rules, different regulations for austerity, for penance, for what kind of tapasya. So here Prabhupada is giving an example like waking up in the morning, early in the morning, and taking a bath. Someone may not like to do it, but all this should be accepted as a favorable activity to revive our Krishna consciousness. All the penances, all the austerities must be done in relation to Krishna. We don't need to over trouble the body, overburden the body. No, whatever little we can do to increase our Krishna consciousness. So, like fasting, because sometimes people really take some kind of fast which are really bad for the body, but it's not needed. We don't need to. Similarly, there are prescriptions for fasting on certain days of the month. One may not be inclined to practice such fasting, but because of his determination to make advancement in the science of Krishna consciousness, he should accept such bodily troubles when they are recommended. However, one should not fast unnecessarily or against Vedic injunctions. So fasting should be done on the recommended days, appearance days of Lord Vishnu, Janmashtami or Ram Navami. That also, it's like a day fast. It's we don't need to fast unnecessarily. Ekadashi, we fast on Ekadashi. All this is done to advance our Krishna consciousness. So it's not that, for some political reason or something we should fast. No, one should not fast for some political purpose that is described in Bhagavad Gita as fasting in ignorance. And anything done in ignorance or passion does not lead to spiritual advancement. Everything done in the mode of goodness does advance one, however, and fasting done in terms of the Vedic injunctions enriches one in spiritual knowledge. So even fasting, penance, they are done in the modes of nature. Someone may do penance in the mode of ignorance, someone may do it in the mode of passion, but doing it in the mode of goodness is the best. It will help us to purify our consciousness. Penance in the mode of ignorance, we have seen people unnecessarily torture their bodies, whipping themselves or putting some iron things in themselves. We are not required to do that. Whatever we do should bring us to elevate our consciousness, to bring us to Krishna. So if our uh, austerity or penance, we should do it in relation to Krishna. Like this month is a good month to do some austerity, some penances, but all in relation to Krishna. All in relation to Krishna. And the best austerity, best penance, chant Hare Krishna. Chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. So we'll stop here now and then we can continue with this purport tomorrow. Are there any questions?
All good.
Okay, thank you so much for listening and joining in. Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare